Welcome back. Thanks for coming. Did you see that out there? Those bluebirds? I've been watching them for the past month. They have a nest in a box I put in the garden. They just raised and released 4 new eastern bluebirds. I got video of it. Maybe we'll do a video of that. But anyway, welcome back. It's the Hotline Show. It's June 2nd, 2024. I know it's been a little bit. Just been busy, man. Been doing other stuff, been dealing with stuff. We're trying to get back into it. I'm feeling a little better. If you don't know, the Hotline Show, people call. The number is in the description. Just ask a question. Can be about anything. If you don't want to call, you can record a voice memo on your phone. Just email it to me. I'll take video messages too. Anything goes. Just give it a call. This one's going to be short. We don't have a lot of calls this week. No one really called while I was gone. It's a little weird. Feel bad about that. But maybe you never thought I was coming back. But I'm back. And we're going to try to do it once a week still. It's just a little hiatus. Did I say I was taking the month of May off? No. I should have, because I did. But now I'm back. For everyone who ordered a print from the last video, thank you so much. I hope you got it. I hope you enjoy it. I really like doing those kinds of videos, so look out for more, maybe once a month. Microphone closer to me now. I used to have it up here. It was initially here. Then I was like, I don't like it in the frame. Like, look, it's like in the way of my gesticulating. But I thought it was sounding too roomy. I wanted to be more present with the mic. Also, I watched a video. I was served something, on YouTube about some cinematographer. And he was saying how you should always hide the mic. It's a trend to put the mics in, especially hold them or the big fuzzy thing on the shirt. And I actually kind of like that. And this guy hated it. He thought it was unprofessional. So I'm kind of like, fuck that. Mic in the shot always. I hate that shit. Anyway, what else is there? Oh, we got a call from Peter, of course. Thank you, Peter, for calling. I'm not going to play your call because you asked me to talk to Alternative Timeline Noah, and I just don't feel like doing that today. I'm not saying I won't do it in the future, but I just didn't want to get into it because, you take a break. You think it's like riding a bike. It's not. I'm back on my training wheels. So, Peter, next time. But regarding the film, I've got the film camera here. Since we've done that whole film thing, it's been a month or two. I put a roll in here. I've only shot 21 frames. And this isn't even the German film yet. So I'll get to shooting that in the next 6 to 12 months. I just never really feel like there's a reason to shoot this. I feel like almost it's like a party camera. Like if I was around a lot of people, you'd take it and it's special because it's like people you love or, friends. I don't have any of that. So I just don't, what am I going to shoot? Like, it's just like, if I'm going to take serious photos, I'm going to take serious photos. Not like a shutterbug. Maybe I used to be. I used to walk around the city and shit. But, man, it's just so hard for me to find a reason to shoot it. But, I don't know. Sometimes I'll get things and not use them for months and months. And then one day, I just use it. So we'll see. Update on that. That's it for now. Like I said, if you want to get on the show, call the number below. Let's go to the first call.
Hi, Noah. This is Lindsay from Vancouver, BC. I'm calling because you're the closest American I know to Topsfield, Massachusetts. We didn't learn how to say that in Canada, at least on the West Coast. I'm photographing my friend's wedding over that way, and I'm not a wedding photographer, But I think it would be a really fun opportunity to spend some time with her and get to see a part of the world that I haven't really seen any of. And I'm thinking after the wedding, I might rent a car and drive somewhere around that area. And I don't know if I should go, it's October. I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I should go to Maine. It seems like it would be pretty. I really wanted to take the ferry from Maine to Nova Scotia, but that stops mid-October. I'm going to miss it by 3 days. Or if I should go like south and maybe, I don't know what's under Boston, or if Boston's worth checking out. I don't know. I'd like to go see some pretty things and kind of get like a vibe, a feel for the East Coast of America. And I'm hoping you would have a town or two or thoughts on where is a good place to visit in October. Thanks very much. Big fan of the show. Bye.
Lindsay, thank you. Lindsay from Vancouver, Massachusetts. Yeah, well, so I looked it up on a map. You're going to be just north of Boston, which is near the coast, Atlantic Ocean. And what should you do after? Well, great idea to rent a car and go somewhere. That's what I would do. Anytime I got a job somewhere far away, do the job, take extra days, rent a car, go somewhere else, do an adventure, add it on. It's like you're never going back, probably, maybe, but just take that time and explore. Now, do you want to do a city? Boston's okay. I mean, it's kind of worth seeing. I'm someone who grew up on the East Coast, so been to Boston a number of times. I've done a lot of photo shoots there, the university, MIT, stuff like that. But a city, it depends. If you're a city person, you want to check out a city, go to the city. If not, personally, I avoid cities now. Just think it's too much. I mean, maybe if it's a city I've never been to, but I feel like I've been to most of them or most of the good ones. So I have no like desire to go to them. Now I want to like go out and find the unexplored or whatever. And you're going to be here during the peak autumn, late October, and I'm not quite sure if you go north, it might be too late in the month to head north and see the colors. You might want to go west and south a little, but it's a lot of driving. If you head up into Maine, you could go to Portland, Maine, which, while a city, such a small city, it's like quaint, it's like a town. So that might be fun, but then you could drive the coast of Maine, and that's really amazing and beautiful. Or just head inland a little bit and just find some parks or lakes. If you are looking for those fall colors, just go west. I can't really. It just depends on how much time you have and how much driving you want to do. So I can't really suggest any place in particular, besides what I just said. But that sounds fun. Welcome to the East Coast. There's a vibe of sorts. It's different, very similar to the West, North, Pacific Northwest. I love it up there. But it's the East Coast of America. Everyone's like fucking, just like, we're not assholes, but it's different. I think it's better, to be honest, than the West. Won't get into that now. Have fun. Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for calling. Call back. Next caller.
Hi, Noah. This is Brian calling. I noticed in the recent videos that your hair is much shorter than it used to be. And maybe you didn't cut it recently, but I just noticed it recently. And I was just curious what motivated the change from longer hair to the shorter hair. That's all. All right. Enjoying the videos. Thanks. Bye.
Brian, thanks for the call. Personal appearance question. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. This question's a month old, so maybe it grew a little bit. I don't know when you were looking at it where you thought it was longer. after the pandemic, I didn't cut my hair for like 2 years or 3 years, maybe. And it was kind of long, and I put it up into a bun, but then it just got so annoying, and I decided that's why I cut it. But really, I only cut my hair like these days, like maybe 4 times a year, if that. I just don't like how my hair looks short, which is kind of funny because I was looking through, obviously I have taken a photo of myself every day since I was like 20, 19 years old. And a lot of the times I had short hair, and I don't know why I kept doing that. I feel like I would go somewhere and no one ever knew how to cut my hair. And I just kind of like dealt with it. And now when I get a haircut, I just feel just so bad about myself when it's short. I just feel like the worst. So I try to keep it long, and I feel like this is sort of a good length. The last time I cut it, which was about a month and a half ago, just don't feel like it did a good job, and it looks weird. My head looks flat. It's like a flat like this on the back. And when I whatever. So I don't know. Did that answer the question? Just it's comfort is why I do it, I think. Mostly. I just don't even like to look at myself all that much. Thanks for the call. See you soon. Next caller.
Hey Noah, James. I was watching your recent Hotline show, and it dawned on me that you always take notes. I wonder, what do you plan on doing with these notes? Are you saving them? Yeah, would love to understand that. Thanks. Bye.
James, thanks for the call. Great question again. Always good questions. Please keep calling. Got another call that's roughly related to this, so I'm going to play that real fast.
Hi Noah, Stephen here. Just wondering if you ever think about legacy and does it matter?
Okay, Stephen, thanks for that. Audio was a little weird, but it's okay. I appreciate you calling. Now, James, what do I do with these notes? Well, I like writing these paper notes, and usually when I write notes on paper, it's like top line stuff that I need to do immediately. It's usually like to-do stuff, and I write here to remember names or things I want to talk about at the beginning of the show. If I'm at my desk, it's like, what do I have to do today? I'm going to go to Home Depot. I'm going to go to the bank. I don't really do that. I'm going to go pick just like things I need to pick up, go shopping, order something. I write it on a note, because if I do it in my notes app on the computer or on my phone, I feel like it gets jumbled. I do use that notes apps a lot for bigger ideas, or if I'm writing something and I want to edit it and just keep it going. But these kinds of notes are just for the more immediate. They're sort of dated, and these are actually dated. And I do keep them. I have a box right here with all of the notes that I've done over the past year or so. And what I do, I actually use the back of old prints, or like huge prints that I just cut up. There were test prints or whatever. So they're all kind of photographs that I just use the paper. And I think it's good. It's like matte paper, and the backs are really nice. This is from a giant print I made that I cut up. This was a test. So yeah, I do keep them. They're not in order. Why do I keep them? I guess that goes to Steven's question. It's like thinking about legacy, which is ridiculous. No one should think about their legacy. And in many ways, I'm just like saving them because I think they're kind of interesting in a way. Like my handwriting, it's like a marker that I've been here. But I assume one day I'll die, and then someone will come across this stuff and then just be burdened by it. Like, is this worth something because I did this? I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it away. I don't know. It just feels weird throwing it away, especially since they are photographs of a sort. They're scraps, but the legacy. Yeah, it's weird these days. I don't think an artist really should be concerned with their legacy in the big picture. Like it's really important to them. You have no idea how you will be thought of after you die. Maybe some people will hold your work or your ideas in their mind and inspire them into the future. But, who knows? And do we care? I don't know. And if you're just a normal person, do you think about legacy? Where you're just a regular person? I mean, maybe your children or something, you want to be remembered as someone good, maybe. Do bad people think about their legacy? I feel like no one cares about that anymore in this kind of society. And back in the olden days, people would write their notes and their thoughts and thinking that it was important for the future. But now, I think there's just so much out there, and there's so much in people's minds that you just want a new thinking about the past, and I feel like that's rare to care. For some people, it's important, but I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I feel like there's something about politics here. I'm just going to avoid it for now. But we are eventually going to pivot into hardcore politics. We're going to keep the summer chill. But once we get into election season, forget about it.
Hi, Noah. This is Kayla. So my question for you is, what made you move to a really remote area? It seems like it would be a big decision to move from the city out into not just the countryside, but a fairly hard to get to countryside. Just really curious. Thanks.
Kayla, thanks for the question. You sent a video message, but I just took the audio out. Hope you don't mind. What made me move? Well, I lived in the city. I went to school in New York City. So I lived in the city from when I was 18 to about 32. So that's a good stretch of time. I think that was important, and I'm glad I did it. But my personal feelings about city, I just don't think I was ever really a city person. I just not into crowds and lots of people. And I mean, I dealt with it, obviously, and I worked within it for quite some time, but it's just not comfortable to me. So I always wanted to live somewhere outside of the city. And I always had a car in the city, and I would try as much as I could to take trips on weekends and come upstate New York, just drive away. I have like a very driving centric personality. Maybe that's how I grew up on Long Island suburbs, and I had cars, and I just like that idea of like moving and going somewhere and just sort of exploring and having a car to go and do things and go places. And the city always felt really constrained to me. Like it's big, you can use public transportation, you can get around, but I just too overwhelmed by it. So, after a number of years in the city, I decided that to look for a place upstate, and mostly it was because the vast majority of the work that I was getting as a photographer was traveling. So I didn't really have to be in New York. I could sort of be anywhere as long as I could get to an airport, could go where I needed to go. And, it saves a bunch of money living outside the city. So it's a combination of factors, and it turned out to be a great idea to look for and find a place when I did. But of course, like, it felt expensive at the time. It always feels expensive to move. If anyone's looking to go and buy something, it's like, oh, everything's so expensive. Well, yeah, but in 10 years, you're going to look back and be like, glad I bought that for $10 million then, because now it's worth 20. Could never afford that. It's not what this cost. So, there's a lot of stuff there. But mostly it. And, you know, this isn't really hard to find. It's only 2.5 hours to New York City. First couple of times it feels like you're going forever, but there's like normal civilization not too far. I mean, I know I make it look like I live in the middle of nowhere, but I don't really have neighbors, but there are people around, and it's not that rural. You could get much more rural than this. It's like the right amount of ruralness. So hope that answers the question. We can talk about that more some other time. That was the last call, so thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been sticking around. I'm going to try to put up more videos when I can. I do have so many ideas. Been working on my newsletter though, and I just wrote a draft for that, so subscribe to that below. That is definitely coming out once a week. These videos, we'll see. It depends on how motivated I am. I never really wanted to do it as frequently as I was doing it, but I was in the groove. We'll see. It's fun to do. It's hard. All of this is hard. Is it? I don't know. Depends on how good you want it to be. Wait, do you hear that? It's the great crested flycatcher. I have a box. Oh yeah, I see it right now. It looks like it might be getting ready to go in for the night. I'm gonna grab my camera. I'm gonna go get it. Till we meet again, thank you for coming. Call the number below. Let me go get this bird.